This is CHSR 97.9 FM here in Fredericton, New Brunswick, Canada, and you're listening to Python's Paradise, your film and music show, and this is your host, Python, Hyena, aka real name Greg Gilbert, and folks, I have a wonderful guest on the phone today. I have the awesome Peter Mark Richman, who's got an excellent filmography, and he is here to talk to us today. Welcome, Peter.
I've been looking forward to talking to Greg Gilbert.
That is me. It's interesting. I looked up your filmography, and you go way back to 1956 with Friendly Persuasion, and you worked with Gary Cooper. Now, what was that like?
Oh, I love the man. He was so wonderful to me, and I adored him. We had a nice relationship, and I treasure talking to him many times on location. We sat next to each other, and mutual admiration. He he said a lot of nice things about my performance, and he was a dear man. He was not a yup man. He was well-read and intelligent and conversationalist, and he was an icon.
Absolutely, yes,
and it took
yeah.
a lot of. I saw him on a 25-foot screen since I was a boy, and it took a lot of courage and talking to him in the flesh. Hello?
Yes. I was just looking at my sheet here. Sorry about that. But looking over that sheet, before I get back to Friendly Persuasion, I'm just wondering if you could give a little bit of your backstory in terms of how you got into the business.
I always wanted to be an actor, and as a kid, and I did a lot of school plays, and I in junior high school I was a lead in the final play. Was a two-actor, and I don't remember the play. And unfortunately, I was a football star in high school, South Philadelphia High School, and we won the city championship in 1944, and I was captain and fullback, and I had a lot of radio work. The teacher, English teacher, Mrs. Swoyer, I remember her name, and she thought I had a good voice, and she introduced me to the networks, and I did a lot of radio work, and when I was 16 and 17, and I enlisted in the Navy, and I spent year and a half, 2 years in the Navy during the wartime, and I was on an aircraft carrier. I steered. I was a helmsman, and oh my God, I haven't thought about this for years. And I steered the ship, and it was the USS Ranger. We were training pilots in Guantanamo Bay, and they had markings. The pilots. Some of them were 19, 20 years old, and this was their first carrier landing, and that was hair-raising for them, and some of them hit the resting gear, and we had pipes, the slanted pipes, and they were I gotta get my thoughts. Reclining pipes, stacks, and they were left and right, and stacks, and they hit the arresting gear, and they went into the smokestacks, and I heard the captain say, "Dump it." And that was my first experience. These training pilots and their half-craft, and they were dumped into the drink, and they were salvage, not heard of, and that's the United States government.
Yeah, and of course you broke into acting, and of course got Friendly Persuasion, working with Gary Cooper, Dorothy McGuire before she did Swift Family Robinson, and of course in a pre-psycho Anthony Perkins in this as well.
We were friendly with the author. What's her name?
I can't remember right off the top of my head.
Oh God, dear friend of mine. It was a book, Friendly Persuasion. I have it signed to. We were my wife. We were first married, and I was a New York actor, and I did a lot of television, live television, and William Wyler, his assistant, saw me on a television show, and he talked to Wyler, and I met Wyler and at the St. Regis Hotel, and I got the part. Guard Jordan, it was his name, and he was a Civil War officer.
Okay.
Lieutenant. and that I had a contract for 9.5 weeks, and I stayed 4.5 months shooting.
And it was a great shoot, huh?
Oh, memorable.
Yes.
Memorable.
Great cast in that.
And it was my first film.
Yeah, like I said, Gary Cooper, Dorothy McGuire, Anthony Perkins.
Yes.
You were surrounded by greatness.
Yes.
And then you went on, you did Black Orchid, where you got to work with Anthony Quinn and Sophia Loren.
Yes. She was 23 when I met her, and I was on the back lot standing on a step, and she strolled by, and I made an observation, and she was a powerful, sexy broad.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Yeah.
Oh my God. We sit around the table in the first week, and she would bat her eyes at me and this sexy broad, and I would tell my wife about it, and she got help. She was annoyed. Oh my God. Marty Ritt, who was a friend of mine from New York.
Okay.
Yes, he cast me, and he wanted to ape the friendly persuasion performance with a young girl. I don't know. Refresh me.
I'm kind of lost on that.
Black Orchid.
Sophia Loren?
We had a relationship, and she was Anthony Quinn's daughter.
Okay.
Yes. And I had a nice time. Dorothy McGuire became friends of us, and she was a lovely woman.
Yeah. And
yes. She was disappointed with Willie Wyler because he wanted Katharine Hepburn for the role, and he didn't get her, and Dorothy McGuire was in an inferior complex all through the shooting, and she was lovely. She was lovely.
Yes, a real talent.
Yes.
And another film that you've I picked out here was For Singles Only.
Say that again?
For Singles Only? Yeah, For Singles Only. It's a little screwball comedy, I guess.
Yeah, that was a picture. That was years ago. For Singles Only. Refresh me.
I actually have. I would have to look that up for details.
All is a maze, and I've done 500 television shows, and it's all in the past.
Well, one film that you did that was shot up here, actually it was shot in Canada up in Vancouver, Friday the 13th Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. And I have to say, you are the best part of that movie as the professor.
Say that again?
You are the best part of Jason Takes Manhattan.
Thank you. You're gracious.
Well, you stole every scene you're in.
I had a nice time in the rain. There were 5 weeks in the rain and stormy Vancouver, and I liked the city. And we were on a ship, and when we shot that, and I had a nice time. Rob Hedden was the director.
Yeah, Rob Hedden directed it. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
And you,
I made a note for myself. It was rainy season, and the sun came out when my wife arrived.
yes, I actually read that in Peter Bracky's book, Crystal Lake Memories, and you said that the sun only came out when your wife came to visit the set.
Yes.
Apparently,
it was raining endlessly, and the day that my wife arrived, the sun came out.
It says a lot about your wife.
Oh, my God. I've been married 63 years.
God was smiling on her that day when the sun shined.
Yes, yes, yes.
Congratulations on your marriage.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome. You don't get a lot of couples staying together nowadays.
Yes, especially in the Hollywood.
Oh, you're right. Yeah. Yeah, but you're one of the champions. Congratulations.
Thank you. We have 5 children.
Yes.
And 6 grandchildren.
I got to say a shout out to your daughter Kelly for hooking this up through Facebook.
Yes. Kelly Landis, Kelly Kelly Lester.
Yeah. Yeah.
She has done a lot of things, and professionally, and she sings like a bird.
Yeah.
Broadway and tunes, and she has a business, art plates. No, she sold that business, and what is her business now? EasyLunchboxes.com.
Okay.
EasyLunchboxes.com. She has $1 million business.
Okay.
And on the side,
yeah.
Which she wants to be acting and singing, and aside from that business, which she's not in favor of the business.
Okay.
But she has three daughters, and they're all actresses.
Okay, yeah. Well,
and her husband, Lauren Lester, is an actor.
Yes, I know the name. Yes.
Yes.
Well, apparently, Rob Hedden wanted you to play the professor in Jason Takes Manhattan. What was the story behind that? Like he'd seen you in something that he really liked, and
yes, he was a fan of mine, and I got to work with him, and this was his first film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I must say, the professor, you're of course the antagonist in the film, and you brought an interesting dynamic to it that it would not have had you not been in it. Like I said, you dominate every scene you're in. You make the movie, in my opinion.
Oh, you're very gracious.
Did you like working with Kane Hodder, who played Jason?
Yes. We had a good time shooting under appalling conditions. We had to because the traffic on the ship. We were in waters on Vancouver, and there was traffic endlessly, and in the daytime, and we had to shoot all night.
Yeah, and Jensen Daggett, of course, played your niece in the film. What was she like to work with?
Oh, she's beautiful. She had a contract Paramount. I wonder what happened to it.
Well, she did a little TV show for a while called Medicine Ball, and she made appearances in Home Improvement. So I think she's still active.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And, of course, Kelly Hu went on to do some work as well.
Okay.
Yeah, she was the one that was strangled in the ballroom.
Okay. You're reminding me.
Yeah. And Charlene Martin, you must remember her. She was the one that tried to seduce you when you were being blackmailed.
What?
Remember the guy had the video camera, and the blonde girl, Charlene Martin, was trying to come on to you, and the guy was filming.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
This was just before her character got killed. You told the guy with the camera that he could forget about any film school, and you I guess you did not like this girl for whatever reason. Your character didn't. But she was the one that was killed with the shard of glass in the shower just after you and the guy at the camera left.
Okay.
Oh, I'm surprised you lost on that scene, because she was trying to seduce your character to blackmail you.
Oh, I remember that.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and she was a lovely woman.
Yes.
Yeah. And Saffron Henderson, of course, was the woman with the guitar. She got bashed with the guitar. Some of these reflections are probably not coming to you, huh?
No.
No.
It was many years ago.
Yeah, well, it was 27 years ago.
Oh, I did a lot of work since then.
Well, yeah, No, the Friday the 13th series is very popular here, and you're actually the 10th interview I've done from the series, but you're my first from Jason Takes Manhattan. But, yeah. But another film that you've done that's celebrating its 25th anniversary this year, one that we're all very proud of, The Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, which I saw in theaters when it came out in 1991.
Okay. We had a reunion, Leslie Nielsen and myself, and we were good friends in New York. And we're members of the Actors Studio. And it was nice. He had a Renaissance career, and I'm sorry to see he's gone.
Yeah, we lost him, and we lost George Kennedy in the last short while.
Yes. As you get older, friends fall, and that's the terrible thing about getting elderly.
Yeah. How did you get the part for The Naked Gun 2.5?
Who directed that?
That was, I believe, David Zucker. It was Zucker's Abraham Zucker, the guys who made Airplane and Top Secret.
Okay. I don't know.
I remember.
I had a reputation that followed me.
What was your memories of Leslie Nielsen?
Oh, he's a lovely guy, and I wonderful success, and as a friend, and he was a special human being, and he was a wonderful actor, and I was pleased that he did some comedy at the latter part of his career.
Very funny guy.
Yes.
Yeah, and of course George Kennedy also coming from a serious background and also doing very well in the humor as well.
Yes.
Do you have any memories of him?
No.
Of course, your scenes weren't with him, but I never know whether you guys crossed paths on the set or at the screenings.
I do remember O.J. Simpson on the set.
Yeah, he took a long trip underneath a bus.
Oh my God! Eventually, he was jailed. For murder.
Yeah, right at the same year he did the 33 1/3, the third Naked Gun movie.
Yes.
That's unfortunate because that might have prevented a fourth film. Did you talk to him any during that movie?
Casually. I was an admirer of him and we chatted about football days. I was a football player. I did 2 years in the league, which doesn't exist anymore. And when I came out of the Navy, and I was scouted, and I used to watch the players, the teams, and it was a semi-pro league, and the football was not as popular in the days in the 40s and the 50s and the 60s, and the television capitalized on that. And I lost my train of thought.
Oh, you were talking about football and O.J. Simpson.
Yes, and I admired his football days at USC.
Okay.
And we had a lot of common
common themes together?
Yes.
Do you remember Priscilla Presley in the movie?
No.
Oh, played the love interest? Oh, too bad you didn't get to run into her. She was beautiful.
Oh, she was beautiful.
Yeah.
And I didn't have a relationship with Priscilla, and greeting and goodbye and and
she had a very funny shower scene in the movie where the guy the assailant was singing while she was humming. Very funny.
I haven't seen that movie in 25 years.
Oh man. Do you have any memories of Robert Goulet?
Robert Goulet was a hell of a singer, and I admire him for his voice. And was he in the movie?
Oh yeah, he played the villain. He was the one that set the whole crime up.
Oh, forgive me.
I do. I know. It's been a long time, you know. But yeah, he was the one that set up the whole thing. And they brought in Dr. Meinheimer. Of course, Richard Griffiths played him, and he was the one in the wheelchair, but he was also the phony as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Richard Griffiths went on, of course, do Sleepy Hollow and was in the Harry Potter movies as the evil uncle, and he's done some good stuff. And no, Robert Goulet was the villain. He was the one that was courting Priscilla Presley and making Leslie Nielsen's Frank Drebin character jealous. And of course, there was that funny scene with the wheelchair that goes spinning out of control and across the moon like E.T.
It's present in your mind, and the way you talk about it is it's a favorite of yours.
It is. Oh, I'm proud that Leslie Nielsen was Canadian, and because he was somebody that Canadians here, we all admired him, we all loved him.
Oh, I love Canadians. I had a friend who died. The director, and he brought me up to Canada and to Toronto, and Jesus, his name escapes me. We were dear friends. that's the Harvey Hart.
It could be. It could be.
Harvey Hart, and he was a top flight Canadian director, and he brought me up to do a festival in Canada, and that was festival was Playhouse 90, Canadian years ago, and David Chapter 3. Oh my God! David Chapter 2 was a novel.
Okay.
And David Chapter 3 was a festival production, 90 minutes.
Okay.
And I was David, and I have it in my library, and 16 millimeter film, and I transferred it, and I have a VHS. Oh my God, I haven't thought about it in years.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You've had. How many films have you done up here in Canada? Besides Jason Takes Manhattan, have you done others? A little mind-boggling.
What?
A little mind-boggling.
Oh my God! I have been to Toronto 2 or 3 times, and Vancouver, which is the West Coast. Where are you calling me from?
I'm from Fredericton, New Brunswick. It's a small province in Canada. It's handy to Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Oh, on the East Coast.
That's right.
Oh.
Have you been up this way?
I may have.
We just got hit with a snowstorm the last couple of days. What's the weather like where you are right now?
Oh, sunny.
I'm jealous.
We had a lot of rain this past week, and we've been crying for rain and endlessly, and it happened 2 weeks ago, and sprinkles and sprinkles, and a couple of days ago we had a deluge, and the L.A. Rams. I've been disappointed in the football team, and they had tried out a new quarterback and Jared Goff, and wouldn't you know that the deluge reigned in her performance.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow.
And he did okay 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Coliseum had a lot of rain during the football game.
So, what are you doing now? Are you retired, or are you still acting?
I'm still acting when I went to, and I'm a playwright. I had a play for 2 years in Israel. It translated into Hebrew, and how that happened, I was doing a scene with Sean Penn's mother at the Actors Studio, Eileen Ryan, and a visiting actress from Israel, and I can't remember her name. Shit. She's well known. Came up to me to the scene, and she liked the scene, and she said to me, "I'm going back to Israel. Can I take your play?"
Wow.
It was called Medal for Mary, and I gave it to her, and they translated into Hebrew, and my wife and I traveled to Israel on the opening night, and they did a terrific job. And it ran for 2 years. Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, Haifa, and Herzliya. It ran for 2 years. It was a monster hit, and I love to get it here in Los Angeles on Broadway.
That would be fantastic. A good feather in the hat for you.
Yes, yes.
Wow. Wow. Well, you know what? Friendly Persuasion celebrates 60th anniversary this year. Well, how do you feel about that?
Oh, my God. It's making me feel old.
And the Naked Gun 2.5, The Smell of Fear, celebrates 25 years.
Oh, my.
And of course, Jason Takes Manhattan. You had that scene where you're dumped into that barrel.
Okay.
What was it like to shoot that scene?
Oh, I wasn't dumped in the barrel.
They used a double, huh?
A stuntman. The floating rats. The barrel had floating rats in it.
Oh, not good.
Oh, God. And I pity the stuntman.
Oh, Kane Hodder?
No.
No, he was Jason, your stunt person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, Peter, I enjoyed very much talking to you today. Like, this is, like, if I was to interview anyone from Jason Takes Manhattan, I'm glad I got to talk to you.
Oh, you're gracious beyond belief.
Yes. Now, if I ever get that Jensen Daggett on here, I'll have to tell her, remind her what a kind and gracious person you are, even though you tried to teach her how to swim the hard way.
Oh, my.
all these memories coming flooding back.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I have a lot of memories. And I've been an actor for professionally 65 years.
Wow, that is a very, very long time.
Yes, and I am blessed by God, and I have a wonderful wife and a large family and 6 grandkids. Danica is 5 years old.
Wow.
Yes, and my Jenny is 23 years old. She's an actress in New York at the moment.
Okay.
And Lily is 17, 18, and she's in New York and going to NYU.
Okay.
And studying drama and theater.
Okay.
Singing.
Following your footsteps.
Yes. And I have a conductor son, Lucas Richman.
Okay.
He just Knoxville, Tennessee. He finished the term there as music director and conductor, and he's now in Bangor, Maine, and he's music director and conductor the Bangor, Maine Symphony, and he's going to Mazatlan, Mexico, conducting for the third time, and he's conducting John Williams' program.
Oh, great.
Yes, he's a friend of John Williams.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes. And I have talented kids.
Yes, and again, I must express my gratitude to your daughter, Kelly, for hooking this up. I'm grateful to that.
Oh, yes.
What was her website again? Would you like to say it again?
EasyLunchboxes.com.
Okay, yeah, plug that.
She's a chief cook and bottle washer.
Oh, nice.
And she is enterprising.
Yes, well, she was,
say the least.
She was great with me. I was really happy that she hooked this up.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Well, Peter, I'm gonna wrap this up and let you get on with your very nice weather in LA because we got snow here.
Don't freeze too much.
Oh, no. No, but I wanted to say thank you so very, very much for coming on here and being my guest and reliving all these memories.
It was a pleasure, Greg.
Yes.
And I hope it turns out all right.
Well, this, like I said, this will not podcast out till next year because I've got so many interviews that haven't played yet. But when it does, I will send the link out to you and to me. I can send you the link, or I could send it to Kelly. Who would you like me to send it to?
Oh, I was just kidding you about oat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oat. That's a Canadian characteristic out.
Oh, there you go. You caught me there. And again, it'll be on the station site for about 2 or 3 months when it does play, and then after that it'll go on my YouTube channel, and that's where it's will remain after that. So I'll send that link out when it's ready, and people can check out your films on Netflix.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, well, Peter Mark Richman, we celebrate your career, and we salute your marriage of 65 years. Congratulations
63.
again. Oh, 63. Well, you're aiming for 65 anyway. You're on your way.
Thank God.
Yes. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
And thank you so much for coming on this show.
It was a pleasure talking to you.
It was a pleasure talking to you, too. Okay?
You.
Okay. God bless you, man.
Bye.
Bye-bye.